trust me. I'm gonna go back to the drawing board. Obviously, I didn't do enough to win, so I'm gonna make sure we do more than enough.
You call a heavy-handed fighter, but Jason, if you watch this fight, you'll see a guy that's very slick, who's very confident, and this is the dynamic I think all of us did not take enough account into. Tank is from the DC, Baltimore area, as is Lamont Roach. They have sparred together, they've had amateur bouts together, and when I spoke to Lamont, when there were rumors about this bout, he told me flat out, he goes, Steve.
There was a lot of people in boxing that were saying that this is a really tough fight. Like, Lamont Roach is a serious fighter. I said it might not be the biggest profile fight, but it's actually quite a tough fight. And Shakur said to me, like, even the day before, I'm telling you, he's going to have big trouble tomorrow night. And I just feel like hopefully this could be the little something that gives Gervonta a little wake-up call to take him back to the mindset of maybe where he was.
The tension between Gervonta "Tank" Davis and Lamont Roach continues to escalate as their highly anticipated rematch approaches on August 16th. What began as standard pre-fight hype has now taken a darker, more personal turn. At their most recent face-off, Davis charged the stage and aggressively shoved Roach in front of cameras, promoters, and security, fueling speculation and stirring controversy. With rumors swirling about Tank potentially dodging the rematch and Shocker Stevenson weighing in with his final prediction, the division is heating up fast. Here's everything you need to know.
This is out sometime August, September. Are you currently in training camp right now?
I actually leave out for camp next week.
Next week?
Yeah.
How you feeling going into the rematch, Shaq?
Like a champ, like I'm supposed to. I've been in the gym, I've been ready. Time to ramp it up, kick it in gear, and get right to work.
I'm asking you a quick question about the fight. The first fight with Tank. What did you see in that fight that helped you propel into the next fight?
I saw all I needed to see in that.
Their first clash ended in controversy, but the aftermath has been nearly as dramatic as the bout itself. Gervonta "Tank" Davis retained his WBA lightweight title after the fight was ruled a majority draw, though many analysts and fans argued that Lamont Roach had done enough to earn the win. The most talked about moment came in round 9 when Davis unexpectedly took a knee. He later claimed it was due to hair grease dripping into his eyes. But Roach sees it differently. He believes it exposed more than just physical discomfort. To him, it revealed mental vulnerability.
Because, he was he worked with other coaches, so, Yeah. But I do know how the fight will be different. The rematch.
With a different strategy.
Yeah, I can't speak on it, but yeah. It's definitely going to be different. Way different.
See, you're smiling and you're excited about it, and you can tell that that's like a coaching thing. A lot of the fans, they tend to
meet me in the middle of the ring, and we'll see who walks out. Lamont Roach hasn't minced words ahead of the rematch, challenging Davis not just to fight, but to stand his ground. Roach has been direct, accusing Davis of hiding something. When asked by TMZ Sports if he thinks Davis is afraid of him, Roach replied, "I won't necessarily say he's scared of me as a man, but he's scared to get embarrassed. That's his problem." The message is clear. Roach doesn't believe Tank fears pain. He believes Tank fears humiliation.
Davis and Roach too. How do you think this plays out?
Davis is supposed to step up and show the level that he's on.
Right.
And I always say this about boxing. Boxing does itself a disservice by not promoting both sides. If you did a better job promoting Lamont Roach, people would have expected that fight to be what it ended up being. It was a good boxing match. Right. And in a lot of ways entertaining for multiple reasons. But I think if anything, we know that Lamont is on the road to Tank Davis. Now it's time for Tank.
Since March, Roach has kept the pressure on publicly. He revealed that he signed the rematch contract months ago, implying that Davis is the one stalling. "What do you mean by pushing?" Roach posted on social media. "My contract is already signed and set for the immediate rematch. The only reason we don't fight is because you're scared." Meanwhile, Davis's camp has remained relatively quiet, keeping things controlled. But his silence hasn't stopped the speculation. And at their recent press event, when Davis lashed out and shoved Roach, it marked the first visible sign that the situation had crossed from tension into outright volatility.
I think Davis, in his recent post, is trying to let the world know he's going to be a completely different fighter. And as you see here, he's posting his black Nike boots. Now, technically, we usually say when you have Nike Air Force Ones, the black ones, that means some sort of bad energy. You gonna bring it. It's a thugging thing. And he's showing the Nike boots and saying it's time. He's going underground, and Lamont Roach got a...
Tensions haven't been limited to just the fighters. Governing bodies have been drawn into the drama as well. At one point, the WBA reportedly considered a temporary suspension of Davis for allegedly hesitating to honor the rematch clause. The notion that a reigning world champion might dodge a rematch after a draw has only fueled Roach's accusations. Still, despite the controversy and speculation, the rematch is officially on. Las Vegas, August 16th.
How you feeling going into the rematch, Shaq?
Like a champ, like I'm supposed to. I've been in the gym, I've been ready. Time to ramp it up, kick it in gear, and get right to work.
I'm asking you a quick question about the fight. The first fight with Tank. What did you see in that fight that helped you propel into the next fight?
I saw all I needed to see in that first fight. Trust me. I'm gonna go back to the drawing board. Obviously, I didn't do enough to win, so I'm gonna make sure we do.
Outside the ring, Roach is already looking ahead and doing it boldly. After I beat Tank, I'm fighting the winner of Devin Haney and Brian Norman. There you go. I'm not going to say it again, he declared across his social channels. You all can clip it, do whatever. That's what I'm doing. You heard it here first. It's a confident statement from a fighter many still see as the underdog. But Roach isn't concerned with perception. He's focused on controlling the narrative, including what comes after he handles Davis.
I think it's going to be it's going to be a chess match. So I think Tank going to come in. I think his footwork is a little bit better than Roach. I think his movement, stuff like that, is a little bit better. So I think, if he, get Roach out of his rhythm, kind of get him off balance, Tank gonna get him out of there. Not saying Tank can't knock him out now. Don't get it twisted now, just because he didn't knock the dude out or whatever. No, don't think he can't. Like I said, I get Roach's props, man. Nothing bad to say about the guy.
Haney didn't take Roach's comments seriously. In fact, he laughed them off publicly. Sources close to Haney's camp say that if he gets past Brian Norman, his focus will shift to bigger money fights, possibly a rematch with Ryan Garcia or a high-stakes showdown with Teofimo Lopez. While Roach is technically sharp and difficult to outbox, he doesn't yet command mainstream attention. At 135 pounds, his lack of knockout power also makes him a tougher sell for pay-per-view audiences. And as of now, Turki Alalshik, the influential Saudi sports official behind many of boxing's recent blockbuster matchups, has shown no indication of involving Roach in any major welterweight bouts.
The reason why I say this fight needs to happen again because both fighters have something to prove. I just saw a tweet from Gervonta Davis saying that he was going to activate the rematch. Is it going to happen? I don't know. Would I like to see this fight happen? Yes, I would like to see a fight happen again because I think that the next fight is going to be a whole lot better. And I think the next fight is going to end with somebody being on the canvas, in my opinion. But I think that Lamont Roach, I want to give a shout out to Lamont Roach for putting up such a amazing performance. We've never seen anyone stand there toe-to-toe with Gervonta Davis.
Analysts have also expressed skepticism about Roach's talk of moving up 2 weight classes from 135. While he's known for his durability and technical skill, Roach isn't regarded as a power puncher. A potential matchup with someone like Brian Norman Jr., a naturally bigger, more physical welterweight with proven knockout power, raises real concerns. Roach might be slick, but it's hard to imagine him taking the kind of heavy shots that fighters like Jin Sasaki endured before eventually going down. These kinds of weight jumps often end in punishing mismatches, and so far, fans aren't buying into that storyline.